traffic control. This is Alpha 254 requesting clearance for departure. Roger that. Mark clear. Proceed to runway 5. الطيارة جاهزة للسفر. لازم نتحرك. لازم نتحرك. لازم نرجع للبلد الشمال. نعم سيدي. نعم سيدي. Alpha 10, we are clear for departure. Please take it. ايوه الصاروخ جاهز ومصلح. هلا نستنى الكلمه من شهيد.
If anyone is to blame for these events, Mr. Thornton, it is you. Alpha Protocol began here, after all.
I feel like I've been hit by a freight train.
Good. You're awake. I wasn't sure how long you'd be under. Those tranquilizers wore off fast.
Where am I?
You're locked in our medical bay. And when the guards find out you've regained consciousness, they'll put you under again.
Don't want that. Any reason why you're helping me?
Mina. Let's just say I'm not a fan of the indoctrination procedure here.
All the more reason to leave, then.
And how do you propose to do that? You're locked in. There's a guard outside. Eventually he's going to come check on you. And when he does...
Can you distract the guard? Unlock the door.
I could. A glitch in the security panel in the hall outside might do it. As long as you don't make too much noise when you leave, you might take him by surprise while he's checking it.
Any sign of our new arrival?
No sign of him yet.
Careful, Mike. Truck coming in. And guards at the exit. Try to stay out of sight if you can.
All right, Mike, that's enough.
That's enough? I think that's my line. What the hell's going on? Why did you drug me?
We need to get the location of this facility confidential, especially if you got kidnapped and questioned.
I don't give up government secrets.
I believe you. Everyone says that during the first hour of interrogation.
So this is all part of the orientation?
Yep. I'm gonna ask you some questions, run you through some more tests, then you and I can talk. Face to face. That make you feel better?
No, but some morphine might. Or whatever cocktail you shot into my system. What the hell was that?
That's classified. Although I didn't expect you to shake it off so quickly. I've been reading and rereading your dossier. Your file makes you seem more like a tourist than an agent. Your passport must have been stamped twice over.
The stamps are just for show. I can't confirm or deny I was ever in any of those places. Nor were there any witnesses.
Well, I hope you like going where it's hot. And I'm not talking about hell, but someplace close to it.
I thought I was already there.
Spoken like a man who doesn't care about his career. Good. If you gain more experience in the field, you may want to specialize further. But we can leave that until you've got some missions under your belt. That's it. Now I'm going to let you out of the pen here and meet the rest of the crew.
All right. Is there anything I should know?
Nothing you can't find out on your own, and from the staff here. They'll be running you through the basics of weapons, gadgets, and espionage tactics. When you're cleared on the basics, come find me for your assignment. I won't lie to you, Mike. It's a big one, and dangerous. But I think you're the man for the job. Make the rounds. I'll see you soon.
This is a restricted area. The vending machines are down the hall and to the right.
I'm here for espionage training.
Westridge's new recruit. Good. There's no time to waste. So, orientation. You are familiar with the premise of an obstacle course, I assume?
Yes.
Excellent. And I don't need to explain. Up the ladder is the training area. The first test is navigating through the environment without being detected. Following that, you'll be facing live challenges against the agents here.
Anything else I should know about running this course?
Yes. I suggest you do it quickly. And talking gives your position away.
What's the deal with the security panel?
It secures the entrance. If you're as capable as Westridge says, then you should have no trouble hacking it and gaining access to the course. Clock's ticking.
Great.
Outstanding. Well above average, especially for a trainee. Okay. You want to run it again?
No, I don't think so.
Very well, I'll log the results. Westridge can complete your evaluation once you finish the other tests.
Anything else you could share that might help me out? I feel like I've already got the basics down.
Course not enough of a challenge for you?
No.
Then I have an assignment for you. This one won't be logged.
What? You mean like a covert training op? Aren't you guys carrying orientation too far?
Nothing about Alpha Protocol is orientation, Agent Thornton, despite the semantics. The penalty for getting caught, however, won't be a poor score. It'll be detention. So, are you up for it or not?
Well, I'm up for it. Let me see what you need. You want me to head back to the medical center? Why? What's the file name?
Jacob. Not only will this be a much more practical use of your talents, but I think you'll be curious to see where in the world you're going to be sent.
Any other intel I should be aware of?
Nothing you can't find out on your own. We aren't even having this conversation right now, and the clock is running.
Got it.
Did you do as I asked?
Got the data, no problem.
I'll download it from your PDA. Were you seen?
Not enough to reveal what I was doing. Now that you have this file, anything you can tell me about my real assignment?
You go into the Middle East to recover stolen prototype missile technology. Your probability of success is in the lower 20th percentile.
Wait, I'm going to the Middle East?
I've downloaded intel onto your PDA. That should prove useful when you reach your destination.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it, Parker.
We're exchanging favors, Agent. We're even. And that's an important lesson in our line of work.
So when am I shipping out?
After you finish your orientation with Westridge, it's customary for him to outline, in his slow and plodding way, his expectations for you. Then he'll send you to fetch, like a good dog.
I'm not sure I like that comparison.
Yeah, well, none of us do, Agent. But such is the nature of the kennel you've been put in. Was there anything else?
What do you actually do here?
My primary role is intelligence analysis, but at times I serve as a handler during sensitive missions.
So you've been on a lot of Alpha Protocol ops?
Key ones, yes. I was involved in the events leading up to your assignment, in fact.
How?
I took on the role of a contractor, an accountant. Money is one of the easiest ways to track events. It often leaves the best fingerprints.
So you're a spy?
I'm an observer. I rarely take action. But the smallest event, if analyzed incorrectly or acted on improperly, could have great repercussions. And that's where I come in. To interpret events.
Like butterfly wings sparking a tornado? That kind of thing?
Spare me the butterfly cliché. Guerrilla actions, nuclear tests, exposing a corrupt politician, a rise in grain prices, and... yes, the downing of an airliner in the Middle East. All of these things have the potential to create larger catastrophes.
Okay.
Controlling the repercussions of these events, getting agents the information they need to put fires out before they rage out of control, that is my job.
So when I'm in the field, my orders come from you, or another analyst. My job is what? To listen?
Yes, it's a numbers game. But decisions must be made quickly. If the decisions are solely reactive or passive, well, then you operate at a disadvantage.
So sometimes you create events.
For political equilibrium, yes, at times. At other times, to give America an economic advantage.
I thought we were mostly mission-driven.
We are. But even you will see the effect that even seemingly minor interactions have on the structure of a mission. Carry the logic one step up, and it shouldn't be hard for you to grasp.
You like working here?
My responsibilities don't account for that, nor should they.
You know, I actually thought you were the janitor when I arrived.
That would either be an insult or an excellent deduction. I'm guessing the former.
I was actually just trying to make conversation. But why would that be an excellent deduction?
Because, Agent, Alpha Protocol can only maintain plausible deniability as long as no one knows we exist. That means continually cleaning and scouring data, masking our communication lines, and protecting our global positioning.
I understand. That must be a full-time task, and an important one.
Agreed. Even Westridge would say I hold the most important post in the facility. So, in short, yes, I clean up after others, and if necessary, I'm the one tasked with shutting this program down.
Shutting it down?
Turning off the lights, putting up the chairs, locking the door.
What does that mean exactly?
This place cannot be found. If Alpha Protocol is compromised, any evidence of the program must be deleted.
But what happens to the... I mean, is there an escape route, or what happens?
What do you mean, Agent? Be specific. I dislike dancing around an issue if one exists.
What happens to the people?
Expendable.
Are you serious? You are serious. You sound like you've done this before.
If I have, it's classified. Or perhaps I'm joking. Are we done here, Agent? I think I've answered all your questions.
Some of them, yeah. The others can wait. Hello? Anybody shooting in here?
Agent Thornton. Hello.
Hey. Hey, you're the one I spoke to when I woke up in the medical bay. Glad that wasn't a hallucination.
It may have been. Do you remember my name? Or do I need to write it down for you?
Mina, right?
That's right. Good to see you've recovered from the medical room with your memory intact.
Memory intact? Speaking of which, I don't remember where I left my keys or my passport.
Confiscating personal items is quite routine. I wouldn't worry about that. But let's get down to the task at hand. I'm here to run you through the weapons training and test your accuracy.
All right, what's the next step?
Just head through the door to the firing range, and I'll keep in contact with you over the earpiece. Head over to the table, get your weapons, and we can begin. Good, Mike. I'm logging the results now.
All right. Is somebody out on the course?
Darcy. He's trying to beat your time.
Darcy? Who the hell is that?
Our tech instructor. Very insecure.
Well, how's he doing?
Not well. He's distracted.
Why?
As soon as he knew you were talking to me, Mike, he was in here in a second, in case he saw you as a challenge for my affections. It's like a cage match with you boys.
Am I? A challenge, I mean.
If you have to ask, Thornton, then there's your answer. All right, let's see here. It'll do. Satisfactory enough for Westridge, I think. You can give it another run if you want. The course should be free.
Well, I'll pass.
Very well. I'll log your score. I'll have the results sent to your handler, and Westridge can give the rest of your evaluation, provided you've completed the other tests.
Mikey, be with you in a moment. I'm just setting some things up here. I'm Sean Darcy. I'm going to be running you through tech orientation.
Sounds good. So you've been with Alpha Protocol for a while?
Sure have. Although you seem to have gotten my next assignment.
No hard feelings, I hope.
Are you kidding? Alright, that should be the last of the setup on my end. I'm glad you finally showed up. Thought you might have gotten lost on the way here. Or were too busy beating up some more guards.
Neither. Just surveying the area, actually. Checking out the facility.
Yeah, sure. Oh, by the way, not a good idea. Hitting the guards, I mean. The ones here have a lot of time on their hands, and that means a lot of time to hold grudges.
I'll keep that in mind, but I wasn't expecting to be drugged and attacked.
A good agent's ready for anything, Mikey. But enough chit-chat. We got a lot of work ahead of us. Well, you do. I'm mostly here as an observer. I'll be doing your evaluation, too.
What's that out there, a used car lot?
A target range for you. For me, more like a shooting gallery. Head out the door there and we'll get started.
All right, then.
So, Mikey, you did all right on the basic run. You know, that performance wasn't half bad. Almost as good as my record. How about we up the stakes? Take this to the big leagues.
What do you have in mind?
All right, me and the guards, who you already met when you woke up, pooled our petty cash. And we'd like to make you a little bet.
All right. I'm listening.
It's a rematch. On our terms. It's simple. Disable all the alarms and escape the area in the time provided. And you take home the winnings. If you lose, you'll owe us. Got it?
Sounds good to me.
Just head into the range and we'll get to it, Mikey.
All right, then. Tell your team to get ready.
Pretty thorough. Made a real mess of things. In a good way.
That's all I need. See you in the field, Darcy.
If you say so, Mikey.
You guys must have spent a fortune on the TVs in this place.
You all done?
You tell me.
Now you're learning. I have to admit I was worried whether we'd be able to keep you here after you woke up in medical. You gave our staff a run for its money.
I gave it my best, and so did they.
Fair enough. It'll be a good excuse to up the morning drills around here. Looks like you did well on the tech portion of the test. Very well. Past Darcy's bitching, there's some real compliments in here if you look at the numbers. Mina's report says you might need more practice on the gun range, but you're probably still shaking off the drugs we gave you.
I'm still brushing up on my skills. Mina's a good teacher. I just need to be a better student.
She is a good teacher. She has a good eye for potential. I'll let her know your thoughts. And here's a surprise, a positive evaluation from Parker. On the number side as usual, but he actually took the time to write a sentence.
He did. What was the sentence?
You may have been right about this one, Westridge. For Parker, that's high praise, assuming you don't let us down, Mike. Looks like that's it for the physical evaluation. Now for the hard part. Tell me why you're here. Not everyone gets chosen for this line of work, but you volunteered. Usually we have to ask.
You ever had an intern position at a government agency?
I have.
Need I say more? All my exercise was moving papers from desk to desk. I'm here to do work, not sit back and manage it. I want to be out where the action is. I want to make a difference.
What makes you think you're ready? Because I tell you, we get a lot of recruits in here, and you're not convincing me.
My opinion isn't important. Yours is.
Not out in the field, and not when you're dealing directly with others. Then your opinion is all that counts. Beyond the guns, tech, and sneaking around in the dark, there's one last part of this job that nobody else here quite gets.
I'm listening.
Good, because listening is a large part of it. The way you talk to people, your attitude. That's what we're going to discuss now.
I'm not sure I understand. Is there something wrong with how I deal with people?
No, believe it or not, you're not here because you're a people person. You're here because your psych profile says you're skilled at manipulating others.
Was that a compliment?
You'll see. The way you project yourself definitely affects what people think of you, and your reputation with them.
And if I want to impress them?
You don't always want to or need to. Having a good or bad rep with someone can actually gain you different benefits. Sometimes you want to piss someone off so they can't think straight. Other times you want to build a strong rapport with someone and talk your way out of a bad situation. All depends on your objective. This goes for your handlers as well. We're going to be sending you into a lot of dangerous places, and your only backup is going to be who you're talking to on your headset. How you treat them is going to have an effect on the success of your mission.
So if I piss them off, I'm screwed?
No. A handler that likes you too much and puts emotions before the mission can be just as dangerous as one who resents you.
This is a long way of telling me that I should just act the way I want? And if I compromise an asset in the field by choosing the wrong path?
No, again, there are no bad choices, just results. Over time, folks may hear about you and your attitude before they meet you. They may have a preconceived notion of how you're going to treat them, which can affect their reaction.
Well, maybe they should take the time to know the real me.
If only. Time's something no one seems to be able to spare, especially during a conversation. Although that can be a plus.
If I need a breather to assess the situation, right?
The clock doesn't stop when you're speaking to someone. So if you need to get your second win before a fight, making small talk can buy you time.
But if I'm running on adrenaline, won't chatting take me off my guard?
It can. So if you need to get to the point, act instead of fight. For example, if you don't think I have any more to teach you, then you could just say, I'm done with this. I wouldn't think any less of you. You seem to have the basics down.
And if they're a target, why talk to them at all?
Sometimes it is better if you shoot first. Still, approaching someone to talk to them can allow you to get the drop on them if you get close enough to strike. Use it if you have to, if the conversation isn't going your way. Assuming there's even a way you want the conversation to go.
So how do I know how someone wants to be treated? At least enough to cooperate.
If that's what you want to do, pay attention to the clues in your environment. Sometimes people will have advice, and intel can help. But there's another way. Read much?
Mostly stop signs, which I ignore.
There's a host of information out there through dossiers, email, and other documents that represent total research others have collected on a target, organization, or operation.
And what does that get me, exactly?
Sometimes you'll spot obvious triggers. People who don't respond well to smartasses, like me. Others who respect loyalty, duty, a professional approach. Others who don't have time for bullshit, and like it when you get to the point. But dossiers just don't contain psych information. They'll usually have combat information on your target as well. What side they favor, any past injuries, common weapons or tactics they use. Some of it blunt, some of it subtle. But if push comes to shove, it can give you an edge in combat. The more you've done your homework, the more vulnerable they'll be.
So when the guns come out, the dossier can come into play. Have you read mine?
Several times.
You have dossiers on everyone here?
Yep, if you can dig them up. You might learn a few things. Sometimes reading a dossier will give you more options when dealing with others. A few facts to bring up, to shake secrets loose.
What about you?
You should already know what makes me happy, Mike, and what pisses me off.
How do I know when I have the go-ahead to start accessing files?
After meeting a target or hearing their name referenced by someone else, you should have a target ID. Then hop onto the database and start doing your homework. You can usually unlock their basic information at that point. Let's start with a simple one. Al-Samad. That should be familiar to you.
The terrorist group.
Yes, you can research groups as well as people. It doesn't carry the same benefits, but it can provide useful intel in the field. Talking to people about others is a good way to help gain dossier information. Sometimes people will have information on someone that can unlock a brand new thread in your computer search.
Okay, so I've suffered through your interrogation and know how to give one if need be. Am I ready or not?
We'll see. Meet me in the command center, and I can give you a proper mission briefing.
Good, because I'm sick of this room.
Trust me, Mike. If it was up to me, you'd never see this interrogation cell again. Recognize him?
That's Sheikh Ali Shahid, the voice of Al-Samad. They say he was responsible for shooting down that airliner in the Middle East.
Yeah, he got his hands on some prototype Halbech technology. A missile with a multi-stage targeting system called Jacob's Ladder. That airliner was his first target.
Halbech? I've run across them while I was touring the world. They don't exactly keep their hands clean. How did Shahid get his hands on that missile?
Missiles. He's got more. He stole them from Halbech, and we need them back before he gets any more trigger-happy. Then we want you to kill him.
Understood, but if the opportunity presents itself, should I take him alive?
If you can. Either way, we want him out of the picture, and away from any more taped broadcasts.
If I can bring him back here, I will.
All right, then, pack your gear. You're heading to Saudi Arabia.
Not coming with me?
I'll be there in spirit, and on video and radio when needed, Agent.
And I just got here. Oh, well, I'm gonna miss this place.
I doubt it. I'll contact you when you reach Saudi Arabia.
Care to explain how Halbech lost its missiles?
Old news. An accounting error.
The missiles. You didn't lose them, did you?
Angry, Mr. Thornton? Because of what happened in Saudi Arabia?
Mike, can you read me? I'm getting lots of interference.
I made it to Saudi Arabia, sir. I'm at the safe house.
I guessed that much. See any shadowy agents in trench coats at the airport?
No, sir, I don't think so.
That was a joke, Mike. But stay on your toes anyway. Finding Shahid is your primary objective. Trouble is, we don't know his location. But we have 3 leads. An arms dealer, Nasri, is believed to have sold the missiles to Shahid, and he's currently operating in Saudi Arabia. If you can intercept him, maybe he can tell you where Shahid is, or guide you to the missiles.
Do we have anything else on Nasri?
Nothing more than what's in his dossier. If you can manage to make any contacts and find out more, we'd welcome it. We also tracked down the location of an airfield Shahid used in the past. If you can sneak in and plant a listening device, we may be able to track flight Shahid is using to move through Saudi Arabia.
And the third lead?
We've got the coordinates of an Al-Samad detention camp, also used as a stockpile for weapons. We suspect the missiles may be stored there.
Is there any way to be sure the missiles are there?
Not at this time. The area is dug into the side of a canyon, and getting reliable satellite imagery when sandstorms aren't blowing has been almost impossible. We'll want you to go in alone, recon the area, and shut down their radar and communications. Once that's down, we can call in air support and hit the camp hard.
No pressure.
And no backup. Get used to it. It's the job. You check out your new home yet? It's got some perks you might be interested in.
Full security system?
A computer with a hub connection so fast you'll feel like you're going back in time.
What, to the Stone Age? Please.
You can do dossier research, encrypted emails, and if need be, access some of the weapons dealers in the area. That'll be done on your own dime, however, using whatever funds you can find in Saudi Arabia.
I understand, sir. We wouldn't want Alpha Protocol tied to any weapons trafficking in the Middle East.
Exactly. There's also a weapons locker in the main living area. Open it up, help yourself, but choose the ammo and armor you think suits the mission. When you're ready to head out, just use the front door, or access the missions from the main terminal. I'll have already uploaded all the mission specs to your PDA. You can review them at any time.
Alright, so is that it? Westridge. Great. Home sweet home.
What's up, Mikey? Problems already?
Just checking in. Had some questions about the mission and Alpha Protocol.
And you called me instead of Westridge? Lucky me.
Been with Alpha Protocol long?
Longer than you, so yeah, long enough.
There a problem?
I was just curious how you managed to get this mission instead of me. But if you don't want to tell me, that's fine too.
I don't remember asking for it so much as it being dumped in my lap.
So there wasn't even a discussion? I heard there was a chance I could have gone.
Never came up in conversation?
Huh. Alright. I thought you might have convinced Westridge not to send me. Guess I was wrong.
The Al-Samad detention camp where they got the weapon stockpiles? Anything you can tell me?
Getting satellite imagery of the area has been hard. My contacts haven't turned up much.
What's the problem with the imagery?
Camp's remote and dug into the side of a canyon. Beautiful view, but lousy for spying from above.
Anything else you can offer? I'd hate to go into this mission blind.
Actually, you may not have much choice, so I'm glad you asked. The thing about the camp is weather. Sandstorms are hitting the area pretty hard, which is to your advantage.
How?
It cuts down visibility for you and them. You need to sneak in before they know you're there. So just wait for the storm to kick up, then take them out.
Alright, good to know.
Oh, one other thing. They've dug in deep, with a maze of tunnels beneath the camp. If they've got any weapons down there, it's gonna be a pain getting to them.
So what do you recommend?
They probably have as much trouble finding their way around as you do. So follow power lines or work lights when you can. Might guide you to where they've got their stockpiles.
Got it. If they use those same routes to move around, shouldn't be too hard to pick them off either.
I'll upload what maps I have to your PDA. They probably keep the weapons in the bottom of the base in case they, explode.
Sounds like you're gonna be my handler when I infiltrate the Al-Samad camp.
Yeah, I got stuck hand-holding you. Hope that's not a problem.
Nothing's wrong, just making sure we're good.
Look, orientation's one thing, a mission's another. People think I have an attitude, but it doesn't keep me from doing my job. I admit, I'd rather be on the mission. But you're the one Westridge picked, so let's get this done.
That's all I need. See you in the field, Darcy.
Mikey, you there?
Yeah. Sit, Rep?
No radio chatter, no alarms. Looks like you did a good job of getting in under their radar. Wish our choppers could. Would have saved us a lot of trouble.
Generator's cut.
Got it. I'll signal the choppers now. Can you get to their main computer beneath the camp?
I think a way just opened up.
Good job, Mike. Not bad for the new guy.
All the missions go as smoothly as this?
You're alive, aren't you? Mikey, so you got back safely?
Yeah, thanks for the lift out of there.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
About the mission.
Yeah, what? Is there a problem?
No, just thought you did a good job out there.
Well, I admit I'd rather have been the one on that mission. But you're the one Westridge picked, and it's my job to back you up. But I was pretty impressed. You didn't need much help. And hey, maybe next time, you'll be on the headset.
We recover anything from the camp yet?
Some records. Good job digging those out, by the way. Still sorting through it, but...
But what?
Well, I'm out of the loop on the data recovery. Westridge assigned the analysis to Mina and Parker. We'll see what they dig up.
What, you can't check out the data? It was your op, too.
Yeah, I know, huh? Apparently, it's not my job when I can chat with you over a headset instead. Whatever. Baldy and the Ice Queen should be able to get what you need.
Let me know as soon as you find out anything, Darcy.
All right, I'll be in touch, Mikey.
Mike, enjoying Saudi Arabia? I've been keeping an eye on your mission.
What do you think?
I think you're lucky. All I'm seeing are satellite images. Guess that'll have to do.
Speaking of which, anything new on Shahid or the other leads?
Not much more at the moment. I know Parker and Darcy are trying to dig up as much as they can through contacts and surveillance, though. Anything come up you need my help with?
So you've been with Alpha Protocol a while, then?
Not as long as Westridge, and not nearly as long as Parker. This assignment with Shahid is probably the biggest one I've been involved in.
What other assignments have you been on?
I went undercover with Parker in Milan as a contractor for Halbeck. It's how we found out the missiles were gone in the first place. Although it was too late to stop Shahid. The incident with the airliner...
Analysis takes time, and now we have more information to work with. He won't get away. Those missiles leave a trail even Al-Samad can't cover up.
I hope so. I just wish we'd gotten the intel quicker.
Still, with Alpha Protocol, what I don't understand is why the United States would want to keep this operation secret. Don't they want Shahid captured?
I think it's the missiles that are the problem. Halbeck's a substantial government contractor. The fact the missiles were involved complicates things.
Complicates things? As in, they're a potential embarrassment to Halbeck?
I think that's a big part of it. U.S. weapons used to kill U.S. citizens wouldn't look good on a front page, even if the missiles were stolen. Alpha Protocol does a lot of operations like this. I don't know all of them, or all the names this program has had. It carries out missions without the knowledge of other U.S. agencies.
Like what, the CIA?
The CIA, the NSA. Most congressmen don't even have a clue this program exists. It's designed to prevent red tape. And if it's found out, it just gets buried and renamed.
Renamed? To Beta or Gamma Protocol?
No clue. Parker probably does. He's been here the longest. Whenever it's in danger of being exposed, it closes shop, and a new one opens up.
Interesting. I guess that's good to know. Wonder if I'd get a new name if Alpha Protocol shut down.
I don't know. We might get new names, new identities. Or fired.
This seems like a big assignment for a new hire. There must have been other candidates.
There were other candidates, including Darcy. But the recommendation was based on Parker, Westridge, and me. Although when I made my recommendation, it wasn't about Shahid. It was about the larger mission.
So why me?
Because I think when given a choice, You're going to choose the people of a country over the heads of state. And that's not a choice many people here would make in the same circumstances. Especially Darcy. To be fair to Darcy, though, he has family issues that prevent him from going. Notably his father. According to your dossier, your family isn't an issue.
Is that all I am to you? A dossier?
Until you arrived at Alpha Protocol, you were. Not anymore. I think you're someone who does what's right. And that's what I'm counting on.
Can you tell me anything about my mission here in Saudi?
Probably nothing Westridge hasn't explained already. If you infiltrate the airfield Shaheed uses, I may have more practical advice.
Why is that?
I'll be your handler for that mission. Don't worry. I'll be gentle. I know it's your first time infiltrating an airfield.
As long as you're backing me up, I think I'll be in good hands.
That's very optimistic of you, Agent Thornton. But I appreciate the trust.
Can you tell me anything about Shaheed?
Not much more than you'd find in his dossier. His personal fortune doubled in 1 year when gas was $4 a gallon. And he likes feeling safe when he travels.
What do you mean, safe?
While Al-Samad is mostly untrained civilians using Cold War guns, his personal bodyguards are well trained. And judging from the missile used on the airliner, let's just say he makes sure they have cutting-edge tech.
That's all I need. Thanks, Mina.
You got it. Call me if you need anything else. Mike, you made it back from the airfield. I was worried that once you were spotted...
Security was heavier than I was expecting. Still, I should have been more careful.
I noticed the security. It may be a good sign. It means the airfield is important to Al-Samad. It may be a problem in the future, though. If Shaheed feels we're on to him, he'll bring his elite guard in, which could make your upcoming missions more difficult.
I'll have to be on my guard then. Not much else to be done. Is the bug transmitting?
Loud and clear, no problems. Parker's on it now, which is why I called. Looks like we have something. Shaheed's coordinates and an ETA.
How reliable is it?
90%. The data you and Darcy secured from the detention camp let us track the missiles. It looks like this is it, Mike. Westridge will be with you on the comm, and I'll be monitoring in case things get difficult.
All right, then. I'll get my gear and head out when I'm ready.
Good luck, Mike.
Careful, Mike. Don't play games with these guys.
If I can get in without a firefight, that makes getting to Nasri that much easier.
American. Nasri said nothing about an American.
I'm not looking to advertise my presence, only to do business.
Business, eh?
Check with Nasri if you don't believe me. He's waiting for me, and my down payment.
I call ahead. Go on through.
Can't believe you bluffed those guards. Mike, have you spotted Nasri?
He's right here. He's got nowhere to run. This should be quick. Give me a sec.
You, who are you?
Omar Mohammed bin Nasri. By order of the United States government, I'm placing you under arrest.
Arrest? For what? No crime here. Nothing involving United States.
You are in possession of illegal shoulder-mounted munitions. We'd rather you not sell them on the black market.
The missiles? You're too late. Already gone. Sold. You caused all this trouble for nothing.
Sold? To who?
I take their cash, not their names. You come a few days ago. Maybe you could have killed them instead of my men, eh?
Mike, this is bad news. If he's telling the truth.
What you do now, huh? Kill me? That not get your missiles back.
Mike, we need to know where those missiles went.
If we let him go, he could lead us to the people he sold the missiles to. Or they might come after him. Either way, we win.
But if he can't lead us to the buyers, then we've let a killer go, and more people will die. Remember that rocket attack?
Money, guns, yours, if you let me go.
No, we're taking you into custody. A copter will be here to pick you up, and your munitions.
What? Look, I pay you. You not hear me?
Westridge,
I say
for delivery.
On their way, Mike.
Can't risk the consequences of letting him go. We can find the missiles some other way.
Fair enough. Search the room, see what you can find. This is it, Mike. We can't let either the missiles or Shaheed get past us. Shaheed's here to oversee the transport of the missiles. We can kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Looks like most of the trucks have already headed out. Wait a minute.
And you have heard nothing from the control tower? No, Shay. But your plane is prepped and ready for takeoff, as you asked.
Looks like Shahid's got a whole lot of ugly with him.
Something is wrong. Have our men come to meet the trucks at the checkpoint with the assault vehicles? At once, Shay.
It's Shahid. Should I take the shot?
No, if we do that, we lose the missiles. But if you can still intercept the convoy, we have a chance.
So, you thought the death of one terrorist leader would somehow fix the world?
I had a mission, I carried it out.
Yes, and I'd commend you. But you're effectively persona non grata around here.
That makes two of us, then.
There's always one thing I wanted to know. After you killed Shahid, why you did what you did next? Were you trying to find out what happened to your friends? Or were you after me? Trying to bring down Hellback, perhaps? Or maybe you were just cornered, looking for a way out.
Is the blood on your hands not enough?
On behalf of the American government, I am here to take you into custody, Shahid.
Behalf of America? America answers only to its wealth.
Coming from one of the richest men in the Middle East and son of a privileged family, that seems ironic.
You are here because America's greed demands it. Your country sleeps at Hellbeck's feet like a dog, hungry for its weapons.
Save the preaching. I'm here for the missiles you stole.
The missiles I stole? They shipped them to me. Then brand me a thief?
I was ordered to recover missiles that were stolen from Halbeck, except now you're telling me they were sold to you.
So? There is no difference.
There's a huge difference, and everyone who died on that airliner would agree, because that means there's two murderers, not one.
Hellbeck will never answer for what they did, and you have destroyed all evidence of their involvement.
You're still breathing.
My testimony will never survive me. In custody, I will be found, hanged, a suicide. Go back to your Hellbeck masters. Tell them of your great success.
I don't work for Halbeck.
Ah, and neither did I. A comforting thought, but it is a lie. You already know something is wrong. The data you found in the detention cells of our camp, that was not stolen missile data. That was given to us. You have two choices. You can believe me or kill me. Hellbeck uses you, but you do not see their influence. You will. Trust me in this.
I believe you, but evidence would help.
The missiles are not enough? Perhaps not. I have other information, and I can obtain more.
You mean if I let you go? No chance.
I give you my word. If you know anything about me, you know I honor a promise when given. When you see Hellbeck for what it is, I will come back and speak to you again. I will not hide, and I will bring proof.
All right. I'm willing to see it. What is this proof?
Call your agency. Tell them I am dead. But remove yourself from the area first, before the call. Give false coordinates. Unless you wish to speak to your god next.
Where are you going?
I will contact you, and I think the information I can provide will be worth the time you have spent looking for me.
Mike?
I'm here. I dealt with Shahid.
And the missiles?
I've disabled the convoy. I haven't confirmed how many missiles we've recovered.
Your first priority is...
Westridge? Westridge, do you read me?
Mike, get out of there.
Mina?
I'm tracking multiple missiles homing in on your coordinates. Get out of here.
What the hell?